here's the thing about your body and you being able to meet with your doctor and talk to your doctor. It's yours. It is up to you to find solutions for yourself with their expertise, because if you just show up to them and want them to find the solution for you, you may not be very happy with the result. Hey everybody, I wanted to give you the month recap of using propranolol for the social anxiety and excessive chest and neck flushing, so stick around. Hey everybody, welcome back to Blushing Phoenix. So most of you will know, or unless you're new here, and if you are, then welcome, is that I went to the doctor about a month ago and got prescribed propranolol, 40 milligrams, is that right? Yeah, 40 milligrams, so that we could see if this would help with excessive skin flushing on my chest and neck and some of just the social anxiety that happens when I'm at work specifically. Now I do flush just at random times, but it definitely rears its ugly head when I feel more in a space where I would need to survive, and for me corporate just happens to be that place a lot of times. So last week I actually was on vacation. My family went to the beach in Florida. We did some social distancing, basically just hung out at the ocean and in our condo for about 6 days, and I did not take propranolol at all the whole time I was down there. I just returned to work this week. Today is Wednesday. I'm not sure when I'll post this, if it'll be today or later, but today's Wednesday, and I did take propranolol on Monday evening, 20 milligrams, and then I did take some probably about 3 hours ago, because today's the day that I do my big meetings with my team, over like 400 employees, so I get to speak publicly. Even though it's via Zoom, it's still just kind of nerve-wracking. So here's what I want to tell you. So by week 3, the propranolol had really built up in my system a lot more, and I had told you that the 40 milligrams just wound up being too much. I was taking it a couple of hours before I would start my day, and I would just get super drowsy. And you hear that a lot. You hear people just get like tired and lethargic and you just don't feel like yourself. I don't like that. I like myself, and I like my energy, and I like my like kind of craziness, and if I'm too calm, I don't have that. So that was something that I noticed. So I started reducing the amount, cutting the pill in half, so it would be 20 milligrams, and then taking it at night, because I know it packs a punch really in the first few hours, but I was seeing that it actually still had its effects the next day for me. So that was a positive, and I didn't feel groggy and tired and worn down. Here's what I did know, or what I did discover. If I do take it too close to bedtime, I have weird dreams. It doesn't help me sleep well. It actually kind of keeps me awake. I don't know. I don't understand. But it only happens when I take the propranolol too late at night. But if I go to bed around 11 and I take the propranolol around 10:30, way too late. I do not sleep well at all. If I take the propranolol around 7 o'clock p.m. and go to bed at around 11 o'clock, I sleep perfectly. So I actually sleep better than I normally would. So there's my first tip of just my own use with my own experience. But if I'm having more of a big social event, which this was via Zoom, but I try to take it a couple of hours before I start those events, they do make me tired still. So I'm still on I did 20 milligrams. I did it about 2.5 hours ago, and I just feel like, And I notice that it's when I'm sitting at work and I'm having to focus and get work done, I just feel really tired. But if I take it in the evenings and I'm hanging out around my house, or I'm reading a book, or I'm cleaning up, or I'm talking to my husband, I don't even notice the effects of the propranolol at all in the evening. So it has to do something with me being focused, sitting down, being still. So I will say this, I had a week where it came out of my system completely, and I think just having it for 3 weeks, take as needed in those heavy social environments, and just I think the thought of knowing that I had something that was helping me, like I don't have to deal with this, I have something that's helping me when I need it, there's a solution, I think it just calmed my mind just because. And so sometimes what you need is your mind just to slow down and stop thinking about it. But no matter how much you don't want to think about it, you'll think about it. That's the part that's so crazy with erythrophobia, is that it is a constant cycle in your brain that you can't stop it. You cannot tell yourself, hey, don't think about it. I'm just not going to think about it today, and then not think about it. I wish. And maybe for you that works. But for me, and if you're watching this video, it probably doesn't work. That's why you're watching the video. But it doesn't work for me. And I think that's where I had gotten really hard on myself, because I'm like, get it together, stop thinking about this, change it up. But as the doctor told me, or the PA told me, Sometimes you're just gonna need a little help. If it's in your body, it doesn't even have to do with your thoughts. So yes, erythrophobia is a triggered thought that will trigger things, but it's more physiological than anything. If I have any sort of thought, really like a subconscious thought, I'm not even actively trying to think about turning red, but a subconscious thought that I'm talking to my boss right now, my body already knows what to do to protect me, and it goes into that fight or flight mode, and then here we are, and I'm flushing and red and splotchy. But with the propranolol, it takes that thought away. I'm not hyper focused on turning red. I'm not hyper focused in the fear. And if anything, I told one of my friends, and I may have said this in another video, that the pill actually kind of scares me a little bit because it takes that little bit of fear away, that fear that builds and builds and builds, that first building block. It's not there. So I have to be very aware and hyper vigilant in my mind not to be disrespectful with some of my thoughts or my responses in the work environment. And of course, I respect my team and want to be respectful to them, but I realize there are a lot of areas where I would hold back because I was afraid. And so now I have, my thoughts are not, don't say this because you're afraid. My thoughts are, should I say this? This is the most appropriate thing to say right now. Is this the most respectful thing to say right now? Is this worth it right now? So that little bit of fear that creates more fear has gone away. I definitely do not have to take it every day. I don't take it on the weekends. And it's also a global pandemic and we're during a lockdown still. I go up to the office on Thursdays and I'm with my team, which is about 10 people every Thursday. And my boss is up there and some of the other executives that I work with. But I do take it when I go up on Thursdays because I know I'm going to have face-to-face interaction, but I really haven't been able to give it the true test because I'm not out doing social events and speaking in public and doing all kinds of things that would normally make you flush. And if I'm with my family or if I'm with a friend or if I'm going out into the sun or like I was on vacation, I don't need to take it. I don't have to, I don't want to take it. And it's given me this ability to just let my body kind of calm down and cool off. So again, I would highly recommend it. I just would talk to your doctor about how it's affecting you, if it is making you tired, and then I would test things. Is the dosage too much? Do you need more of the dosage? Should you take it at night? Should you take it in the day? It says take it an hour before you're about to show up to some sort of event, but I noticed that the effects really hit me in the sleepiness too around 2.5 hours after taking it. So tomorrow what I'm going to test is taking it really early, like right when I wake up at like 6 a.m. because I don't have my meeting in the office until 11:30. So I'm curious to see if that will make me not feel as tired. So, and maybe also if I was in front of people, like real people, and the energy of having people in front of me, I may not feel as tired altogether. But when I'm just sitting up in my office up here and doing remote work, it does make me tired, and it's not every single time. So I would just suggest, if you're taking propranolol or looking into taking a beta blocker, just keep looking at solutions for yourself, because I've heard a lot of people say this absolutely works, and then I hear other people say it doesn't work as well or it didn't work for them. Here's the thing about your body and you being able to meet with your doctor and talk to your doctor. It's yours. It is up to you to find solutions for yourself with their expertise, because if you just show up to them and want them to find the solution for you, you may not be very happy with the result. But if you do your own research, and like propranolol is a huge one. This is the #1 medication that I hear for people who deal with chronic blushing, excessive skin flushing, and erythrophobia, sweating, shaking. This is the #1 medication that I've heard about. So I was lucky, and my PA actually suggested it to me. We didn't even get to the part of the conversation where I asked for it. She told me about it before I told her about it, but we were able to have a discussion about it. And when I go back next week, I'll go to the doctor next week for blood work. I'm going to check my thyroid and everything and get an update on how this medication worked for me. I'll be able to share with her what I've been sharing with you, is that I've just knocked down the dosage. I've tried it at night, I've tried it here, I've tried it there, and just see maybe if she could actually write me a lower dosage, because I think it's a 40 milligram pill, so when I cut it in half, it's 20 milligrams. I'd like to really try maybe 10 milligrams, 5 milligrams if that's possible, and just start on a really low dose. She put me up kind of high, which I don't mind, but I'd rather start really low, and let's just see if just that little bit would knock that edge off for me. So anyway, I just want to encourage you to keep seeking your own journey and keep doing the inner work. Do the mind work, do the body work, and then feel free to talk to your doctor about any concerns that you have or any suggestions that they may have. And if you don't like what they're saying, and you don't like, and you feel that feeling like, I feel like there's more, or you're hearing me talk and you're like, she just said that this was an option, and your doctor's not willing to give you that option, go find another doctor. You are worth it. And I will tell you what, I put off going to the doctor for so long. And this is one of the greatest moves I've ever made, because my whole life will change now because I know I have the option. And then I don't always have to take it either. I don't, my life doesn't stop because I flush. My body just gets exhausted, and obviously it's frustrating and you're like, I hate this. Because mine is chest and neck, I wear a wardrobe that covers that, and the fall is coming. The warmer or the colder months are coming. So it is scarf season and sweater season. So I'm really looking forward to this time of year. But I just wanted to know that there are options out there, and I've done a lot of head and body work, mind and body work, and this just is an incredible option. So anyway, you keep seeking, you keep looking out on your journey, and just be patient with yourself and those around you, but you're worth it. And I would just highly encourage that you continue to seek out what works for you. All right, that's all I have for you today. And until next time, I'll see you in my next video.